Hi guys, I want to convey a very powerful idea in today's video. If you are building AI agents, you know what's most important? It's context. No, not coding. You must be thinking that, oh, I need to be so good at coding to be able to build agents. That's not the case. Gemini, Claude, or GPT can write the code for you if you make your intentions known to them. But what they really don't know is your business, your domain expertise. And that is most important for an agent to function. I'll give you my own example. I had created a text to SQL agent on Langchain some 5-6 months back, and there were tons of code. I had at least 3 or 4 different Python functions, and even after so much of code, my agent was not foolproof. But now, few days back, I just created a very powerful agent, like a very skilled analyst, just with a Markdown file, 0 lines of code. And what did that Markdown file contain? It just contained knowledge about my data set. In this video, I will show you how to set up an analyst agent in just a few lines of not code but your domain expertise. Okay, to begin with, you need a data set on which your agent can query. So I took a marketing data set from Kaggle and I uploaded it to BigQuery because usually, BigQuery is easy to integrate with other tools. So this is a marketing data. It's called campaigns and it has some 30 plus columns. It has things like income, kids, recency of purchase, number of purchases, etc., etc. Okay. Now to make BigQuery connect with anything, you need a key which will tell your agent exactly how to access this. So for that you need to download a key from here. I already have a key made, but if you don't have, you have to go here, then create new key, then mark it JSON and create it. So a JSON file gets downloaded onto your system. Now the agent which I'm going to be using is Claude. So I'm going to make Claude query on this. Now how do I do that? So I have written this code which is called BigQuery MCP.py. It's kind of a code which helps Claude to get access to BigQuery. So this is called MCP. So MCP is nothing but Model Context Protocol. So it helps the agent to connect with remote databases or remote documents or tools. It could be anything. Okay. Now how to configure things inside Claude. So if you go to Win plus R in your machine, because my machine is Windows, and if you type this app data, then Claude desktop config.json, so a file opens up like this, in which you can point your args to certain locations. So like in the first line, I've uh, pointed where my MCP file is, right? This is one. And the second is that I've pointed where my key is that I downloaded from BigQuery. Okay, so the moment I do this, what happens is that in Claude, in these connectors, you start seeing BigQuery connector here. Okay, so this is like a local connector which I have created. Okay, now what I'll do is that I'll run this query and just see how Claude handles it. Okay, sorry, one thing I completely forgot to mention is that I have created this file, Markdown file, which is actually the most important part of everything here. So this file actually gives knowledge to Claude about my data set. It tells Claude about what my metrics are, what my attributes look like, the analysis workflow, and there are some example queries as well. So basically this is the context that I was talking about. Okay, so if you go to settings inside Claude, you have this section called capabilities. So this is something which Anthropic came out with. They call it skills. So skills is nothing but a markdown doc which gives your agent skills to work with your data set. So I have put my Markdown file over here. You can add others also. You can add as many as you want. Claude even shows you some example skills, and maybe if you want to do something which matches the skill here, then you don't even need to create one. Something like a canvas design or brand guidelines. Anyway, so the skills is made. Okay, so I have written this query, and now Claude is saying I'll analyze the campaign acceptance. Let me query this data with your income level categories. It wants to run SQL query from the BigQuery connector. So I'll say allow. So it is checking the marketing data skill, right? The same document which I added in the capabilities. So it has now connected with BigQuery and it has found the table name. So yeah, it's running an SQL query on it, and then it gave me a very high level conclusion, which is great. And here you can also see the query, so you can judge for yourself that is this correct or not. And if it's not correct, then mostly it will be an issue with your Markdown file where the logic has not been properly explained. But just look at this. This is like magic. Even a business person can now just put in a skill document and configure Claude with BigQuery and totally analyze all the data, right? So this is the magic of context.